Hello, everyone. This is NYC Boom coming from the Double A Club podcast, and I'm here joined with a special guest, James Haynes. Introduce yourself, James.
Hey, Albert, how you doing? My name is James Haynes. I'm in Staten Island, New York. Um, I've known Albert for many years and everything. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for
Awesome.
inviting me.
That's very good. So we met each other through wrestling at first when I was an independent wrestler, and I was part of the incredible, most amazing independent tag teams in independent history, Latin Revolution.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, and you was a fan.
Myself, my nephew, we used to come to the shows. We used to cheer you on.
Hmm. And and was there anything from our introductions, our meetings, and from you watching our entertainment part of the shows? Was there anything that just like caught your eye or maybe motivated you or anything like that?
Well, I'm going to tell you this in all honesty. All of you guys in the independent wrestling, I tip my hat to you as always. I give you a lot of respect because you put in blood, sweat, tears. You put in mad hours and everything. A lot of guys don't. Half the time? What do they get? Uh, Popcorn and peanuts and maybe a soda and everything. But you guys put in your souls and you gave it to the fans, and that's what I always enjoyed going to see all these shows, and it was even better than going to WWE back then in TNA when they were or Ring of Honor and everything. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I appreciated you guys, the moves you guys did. It's like he just did that, and it's like
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because it is completely different. I try to explain to certain people that the independent circuit is a completely different type of atmosphere compared to you going to one of those big chains. Nothing to take away from WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, all those places. They've had their successes, but the independent circuit is just a much more intimate atmosphere. It's like it's more involved.
Exactly, and the hard work pays off a lot of times. I've
Yeah, a
seen
lot of
it with a
times.
lot of you guys.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, well, hard work does pay off. And definitely, I mean, as from the independent side, it's extremely hard for us because we have to train, we have to work. This isn't the wrestling isn't part of our full time job, unlike some of these bigger organizations that's all they do.
No, you got to get it. You got to make a paycheck another way too.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about you was in a cooking contest, right?
There's the second contest in 2 years. Second thing I competed in a 2 year period. Yeah, one was cooking, and one I was on TV with about 100 other people. I'll get to that even after. It was called We Are Family, which is on Hulu, and if you whoever your cable provider is on Fox on demand and everything.
Okay.
That was an amazing process too.
So
But cooking, I just
let's
start.
talk.
I
Let's
just
first
did.
talk about the We Are Family because that was first, right? Or
Yeah.
was the cook? Yeah. So let's go through a timeline then. So We Are Family. Tell me a little bit about that show.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you this, it took about 2 years for me to get to in September of 2023. For me to go to Atlanta, it took a 2 year process, plenty of interviews, plenty of emails to waiting process on that because I want to make sure everybody was cleared, clarified. This one, it wasn't a fraud. This one wasn't on another show, and we can't use him and everything. I went through a long process, about 3 interviews, and as one of the interviews said, life changing. That's what it was because I had to go to Atlanta. I met a lot of people from all across the country, from and all 49 out of the 50 states. They didn't get no one from Alaska and one from Puerto Rico. Beautiful
Mm.
young lady there and everything. And we all stood there for about 2 weeks. Did 10 episode tapings and everything in a hotel. It was almost like a camp, but we got to go to Atlanta. got to see the sights and everything, and it just after that we all became a great family and all, and it was an amazing and life changing event for me because I got to see people, I got to see celebrities that I've never met before in front of me. I got to meet Joe McHale, talk to him.
Mm.
Anthony Anderson, his mother Doris, who was right next to me. You could always see on the shows and everything. I always everybody says, we could find you on the show. You're like a fly in a glass of milk. But
So,
I had a lot of fun.
so this was a reality show or something like that?
It was a game show,
It was a game
and
show. So what was the plot of the game show?
absolutely, the plot of the game show was in a sphere was a celebrity. Now, their celebrity, someone that the celebrity knows, came out and they sung a song. They gave you clues on the sphere. Now, they gave you stuff from clues like what they've done, and you had a picture out like it was a Keanu Reeves was one. They had a comedy stage for Nikki Glazer was on one episode. Um, they had a black unicorn for Tiffany Haddish, and they showed you who they were, and you had to figure out the clues.
Mm.
Then they had the person in the second time sing with their excuse me
Bless you.
with their thank you with their partner. And a lot of times afterwards, you'd be like, you see more clues and everything. You'd see TV show clues, and everything, and it's like, okay, I know who this person is. Put it in. When they're ready to reveal, it's it was Joe McHale who hosted 2 episodes. They had Cam Newton there as at one of them. It's one of the episodes and everything. And they even had Jay Farrell, who's doing the show with the balls now, the quiz with the balls. He was there, and they were a lot of fun. They interact with all the people there before they go with the taping and everything, and you get a lot of like, wait a minute, oh, that's why I didn't get it because this they had a pepper up there, and it was dealing with that instead, and you thinking it was like salt or even spinderella, and it was pepper in a way.
Hmm.
But I give you all these clues and everything. You gotta watch. I tell people they gotta watch the episodes now. Now I got you intrigued. But
We
it
are.
was a lot of fun. We got to all interact. We still talk during the shows, and I talked to a couple of production assistants and everything who are really great people. And down the line, a lot of us are like, hey, this is coming up, or this is coming up. Hey, you want to be an extra in this. I got a guy that's an extra in Superman. It's going to be the next Superman movie. I got
Mm.
someone that's going to be in the next Penguin series
Mm.
that's doing it, and that they're taping now on Max. So everybody's doing something and everything. I had 2 guys on there that are game show pros. They were both on Wheel of Fortune. One was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Regis, God rest his soul, and even he was in the audience on The Price Is Right. But it
Mm.
really life changing, and like I was one of 100 people that was originally picked, and then there was a total of us of about 116 total contestants. And I tell you this, life changing and all. And you always got to say, people will be like, I didn't do too good. It says, do too good, whether you made $1 or you made $50,000. You made the show out of 25,000 contestants that competed online, went on Zoom meetings between producers, production assistants, agents, hosts, and everything. They want to see, are you a good fit? So, and that's how I got a little bit of my competitive streak started going a little bit more and everything, getting into some more interviews with some other like there was a Hollywood Squares, but I'd wait for they told me, yeah, we'll get back to you and everything. I'm like, okay, and all, but that was part of the first start of this and everything, life change, and it's amazing.
That is amazing, and it sounds like it's a difficult process to try to get on, like if you want to try to get on a reality show or something like that, it's
Ex-
a difficult process.
Yeah, they look at they you get put under a microscope. People don't understand. You get put under a microscope, and they want to make sure you're this person and everything. This is you. This is the person that they want on the show. They show you to all these the big wigs and everything with the studios, and they're like, okay, we want this guy. Okay, we want this young lady. All right, we want those two people there and everything. And it's amazing. It's amazing on it. So, and I'm very pleased and proud that I did that show, and I have no regrets.
Okay, so with the now with the cooking show, and I'm guessing that We Are Family show helped you try to get into the cooking show in a way.
It motivated me to do something else. Like that was I found that We Are Family online, a game show online. It came out to be We Are Family. Then I seen would you in an ad on Instagram. Would you like to be on the magazine with Carla Hall? And I love Carla Hall
Mm-hmm,
from the Halloween baking, the holiday baking, the spring bake, summer baking, and everything. I've watched her on Top Chef, and I've always known she's very impressive. She'll take a pound cake and she'll make that into a wedding cake.
mm-hmm,
She'll take pork and beans and make that into a five-star dish. She's very impressive with her cooking skills. And I was honored to be like, all right, I'm gonna try for this. Then I get the emails, okay, you've been picked. Now it's your job to tell everybody to keep you in the race. And it started with 1,000, like 25,000 there too. And then I they send me, okay, this is what you're with. You're in this group because they had home cooks, they had social media, and professional cooks. Sounds like what they did even on a next level chef for this season. They Gordon Ramsay grouped them like that before he put them on the show. So see, they did that because I had another gentleman that I know from Staten Island. He's a professional. He was asking people to vote for him too. So we both had votes every other day on with certain people. Like I'm going to vote for you today. I'm voting for him tomorrow. Vote for you today. Vote for him tomorrow. Oh, and I get and everything. And some people because it was the James Beard Foundation,
mm-hmm,
which is a great foundation for kids of any background, any health issue, if you're having mental problems, this is one thing, and you love to cook. This is one. You go to the James Beard, they're helping people stabilize them and get them to cook. They get them to restaurants. They get them help opportunities. James Beard is no joke. You hear people like James Beard award-winning chef, James Beard award-winning restaurant. That's an amazing feat and everything. People are like, who's James Beard? Then you find out it's like, wow. And it's a true honor and everything on it. And I was honored that this foundation picked me. And then they asked me, listen, can you keep yourself going this competition? And that I did. I just kept posting and asking people in between all my social medias and all
mm-hmm,
and everything, even a couple of pod of my friends' podcasts that I do
mm-hmm,
on it and everything. And it worked. It worked. I got to the top five. It was a tough battle, but everything. And I look at it, I'm like, I got to the top five.
mm-hmm.
Win, lose, or draw. I got to the top five. I appreciate where I got. I'm not looking. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't make it. And then throwing stuff around and throwing tantrums and being upset and putting myself in a shell. No, I put my head up high, and everybody kept asking, "How'd you do?" I said, "Top five." I said, "Out of 25,000." I said, "Yes," and I was very pleased and honored on it.
So the first phase is a voting phase, right? So you and as they're cutting down people, right? What's the next phase after the voting?
After all the voting phases, the next phase is from the last phase from that top five. If you made the number one, everybody was put into a more one more voting
Mm-hmm,
and everything. And Carla also had a little hand on picking on that because she picked people to come and show their skills. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. You can't deny anything on that.
No, 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 you can't.
Amazing.
So did you have to show your skills?
I showed. I had a. I showed. I showed what they want to know what your culinary skills were. So I had taken some pictures of things I prepped. I prepped some nice wings I made for for a party. I made some mushrooms. I had from stuffed mushrooms that we'd gotten from one of the stores, and how I prepped that up. Uh, Different way, and I sent them these pictures and what I made,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, okay, and they were impressed with it and all. And I explained the process and all on what I did and everything. I had just had these even on my phone and everything just because I was sending to a couple of friends of mine because we swapped back and forth stuff. And this was like, you got to give that in. You got to make sure when you do, you got to give it in. And I did. And it got me to that starting point and
Mm.
everything.
Wow. And then you made it to the top five.
Top five in my area, in
And and
my category.
and in the top five in your category, what what did what was it that what's the reason why you didn't become top three or the one, like what was the
Okay.
drawback?
The drawback was if they had if number one had 500,000 voters, number three had 250, and I maybe had 240
Mm-hmm.
or even 225.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one pinnacle, the only little
Mm-hmm.
problem. But you know
Mm-hmm.
what though? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay and everything. I still like, as I tell people, I just kept pulling. I'm like, okay, I gave these people this week. I got to get these people again, and then I'm pulling out another group. Then I pulled out another group. Then I would pull out another and another, and I'm like, okay, I got to pull out all the big guns now. I'm pulling out all the battleships and the warships. That's it. Go get the Nick Fury helicarriers. They're coming to vote too. And I kept telling
Yeah.
people, tell your friends, tell your tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. I'm following a dream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with it. Thank you, Dusty, on that one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's
That's
true.
good.
That's been always I hear that in my ear too. On that one, get a dream, follow it, and keep going. And that's all I kept doing. It's a
Nice.
life change. Like I said, everything's been life changing lately, and I feel good. And everything I've had, this has been something to keep my mind at ease and all, because even through this, I've had like my dad had to go for a procedure. He's in
Oh.
rehab now and everything, but it kept all of us at ease. It's like, you got to vote this week? Yeah. You got to do this? Yeah. You got to do this? Yeah. And everything. And it kept at ease. And it kept everybody at ease and everything. How's it go? It's like, all right, did you vote? Yep, yep, yep. I told this one, this one. And he's sitting in, he's relaxing and all and everything through rehab. And everything. And now he's getting a lot better. He's at least 85, 92%.
That's
And
great.
everything. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow we have a bike run for disabled vets. And he goes, I'll be there at 2 o'clock. And I'm like, yes. I mean,
So
yeah.
how did, like, with everything going on and you doing the competitions and everything, and then the the health scare with your father and everything, how did you keep your cool? How did you not just like blow up and just
I had a lot of friends. I have
mm,
a lot of family, both personal family, immediate family, and people that I've called family
mm,
and everything. I call my friends. Yourself, you know that.
mm,
And everybody's been like, "How you doing? How's everything going? How's Pop and all?" And like, is this, and they're asking about the contest, talking about other things like, you watching this on TV, or you watching this, and it kept everybody at ease, and it kept me at ease and everything. And plus, when I really want to get pissed off, I just put it on Madden and I just beat the crap out of somebody. That's all. Yeah, that or I put on excuse me, NBA 2K21. But like, all right, Kobe, how many we scoring today?
yeah. All
That's it.
right, cool. So you let it out in the games. All right, cool. Gotcha.
That's how you got to vent it out like that. and everything, and you got, and your support systems always work. Plus, even I got the cat who's like, she knows when that's that emotional. You know, people say pets don't know anything. Oh, no, 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 no. Dogs, cats, birds, little mice, they know. Little hamsters, everything, they know what's going on with you.
Yeah,
She'd be like, and
yeah,
then she'd cuddle up against me. She knew. She
yeah.
knew when her daddy needed her, and everything was always there. And that's always one thing. That's one thing with it. And I mean, I've gone through a lot before this. I went through a lot of stuff between Sandy and having and a lot of going through. I went through two. Like I tell people, I went through two. I went through the COVID. It wasn't that bad and everything. I was fine. I went through Sandy. That was like that. I lost a lot. I lost everything. But I
Hurricane Sandy,
people
you
here
mean?
said super. Oh, that superstorm from hell was awful. But
Okay.
you know what? I survived it and
So
everything.
how
My
did
mind was.
explain how did that how did you get through that? Like, I mean, there's still a lot of people still trying to recover from that.
I had it like you said, the support system. I had you guys. I had one thing that always kept through, and I had this even when with my grandmother, and when she was about 20 plus years ago, she was sick before she passed away. I had I had Jim Ross and Jerry the King in my head, screaming all the good stuff. Watch Stone Cold, yeah, doing this. I had them in my. You have that good vibes in your head. You have the good music. You're like in your head. You know you can get through this. Up. You got this. You know what to put on. If you got to put on a video, a game, a movie to help you through it, it works. Wrestling works. Movies work. Sports work. And cooking, all that works. Not making like 20,000 pounds of ziti and then trying to eat it all in 5 minutes, but it works. But yeah, but you learn as you go through. You learn, and it helps.
So you've been cooking for a majority of your life. Like, how did you get started with cooking, and how did you really like learn to a chef level? Because basically, I mean, like you getting top five in this contest, that's like chef level type of cooking.
I learned from my family. I learned from my grandmothers, my both are everybody. I'll say it. I'm honored. I'm a mutt. I'm a mixed breed. I have between Irish, Italian, Austrian, Polish, and all that, and English, Welsh in me, and it all comes through that, through my parents, through my grandparents, my great grandmother with her sauce, showing. Okay, you put this in the meatball, you put this here, and everything, and then teaching them. It's like, wait a minute. You're making the meatloaf. No, 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 no. You got to do it with this one. Because, like everybody says, how do you say it? Sauce or gravy? No, you say sauce. Gravy's the stuff you put on the meatloaf and the meat at the holiday dinners and your
Mm-hmm.
Sunday dinners. And I learned, and I told even I said, no, no, you don't put the tomato sauce or ketchup on the meatloaf. This is how you do. You put it in as an ingredients and all. And I've learned even during the years, okay, as to develop my own skills and taste. I worked Applebee's. I did that for about 13 years. I opened it, but I worked my way into the kitchen and I learned good, decent knife skills and everything. And I learned how to cook how to cook the meat perfectly and everything. Make sure you're not sending out raw meat, how to cook a good quesadilla, even quesadillas, frying and all good, the right times, not putting anything down. Oh yeah, put the mud sticks down for 5 minutes. And you see 2 minutes later, it's like, how long did you put them down for? I told you 2 minutes. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody's like, it's all exploded in,
Yeah.
in the bin. But I learned and I developed all it and everything. And I took stuff to notches that I still tend to use today, whether making something with chicken, something with meat, poultry, something with the vegetables, pasta, and everything. And have I've enjoyed it very much and everything. And it's everybody asks me, it says, "What's a good secret? What do you use?" I says, "Use this, use this. Don't oversalt. don't over salt it, don't over put this spice and all and everything. And even I have kidney stones, and I tell people I had to give up soda. I don't mind that. I have enough, plenty of water, teas, and everything else. Plus, you take the little good squirt from Crystal Light. You get that little squirt. You put that in the water.
Mm-hmm.
They're fine. It's sugar free. That's the good things. But I had to give up a lot of the and I've learned through it. I've analyzed it and everything. The high marbled beef and all that. You got to give it with the fat and all. It gets a juice and it gels up in your system, in your kidneys. And it's like, no, that won't. Doctor said you got to give that up a bit. And certain leafy vegetables, you have to like. People are like, you have to give up spinach. He says no. You take it in smaller increments, and that's fine. Doctor's like, I had this one. He said, no, that's fine. You could do that. Just don't have it heavy. So I'm like, perfect, and all. And you learn with spices, certain spices that tell you what pepper this with this, and all that. You got to be very careful. Your calcium and everything. And I've learned the increments, and it's helped out a lot, and all, and a a lot better lifestyle.
Mm.
So even with the
Good.
cooking.
So are you currently like working for a restaurant or something like that?
No, I do anything I do with cooking. I do on the side from I'll cook for my wife. I'll cook for a family
Self
event, friends.
self catering.
Basically, even on that when it's needed too. If
Yeah.
I'm needed on that, don't have my own catering site and all. But if people need stuff, they want stuff and everything. I'm like, okay, what do you got? What do you need? And everything. Okay, boom. There's your bill. That's it. And all, unless it's for a not for profit. And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Get out of here.
Mhm.
And I tell them,
So your with your exposure with We Are Family and this cooking contest show that you've done, what's next for you? Like, what are you planning on doing, or are you just not planning anything, just seeing how it rolls down?
I'm basically it's as they say, the world's your oyster.
Mm.
And right now, with everything every life changing event, I have to see what else is going on. I have to see what's next in line for me. What's next in line for James Haynes? What's next in line for the Haynes clan? What's next in line for any of us and everything? And then I just go from there. So
So you're not considering acting or anything, because I know you did
I would
mention that a couple people are going to do extra work or some stuff
I
with
wouldn't
certain types of movies.
yeah I wouldn't mind it if anything, if anybody came in and told me, "Hey, I got a spot in with SAG and everything. You want to get in?" I'll be like, "Sure." I got an extra spot. You want to get in and everything? I'll be like, "Okay, sure." When you just got to tell me the dates and all, and we work with it with my even my work schedule and
Mm.
all and everything. So, because this way, I don't lose a day. I don't lose pay. I don't lose. I don't lose my job and everything, but I
Mm.
got everything all smooth, all in good hands and good taste.
Good, cool.
Yeah,
So you're basically just gonna see what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe something pops up and you're like, oh, I want to take this challenge now. So
yeah.
yeah.
Basically, if and everything, and like I say, I speak to a lot of the family from the We Are family. We all still speak. We
Mm.
and everything. At least once a day, we'll all see how everybody's doing, who's doing what, and everything. And somebody will put up, hey, this is coming up. This is from what game show network, like a new game show, or the game show that they have ongoing is going to make new episodes, or ABC's got their game shows, NBC and all that. Somebody doing Survivor. No, 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 no. And
Mm.
someone is, you could, are you? Do you want to do Deal or No Deal Island? I'm like, no, no.
Mm.
I
So
fine. I respect all those people and all and everything, but no deal. But I'll take the no deal from me.
I got you.
I like the
Cur-
studio audience.
Currently, you're working on a podcast with a friend of yours, right?
I do, and if you don't mind,
Yeah.
it's called the Dragoons Lair Podcast. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iTunes, and Iheart and Amazon right now. So if anybody's got a chance, they'll listen into us. We just did. I was a little under the weather. They did the season finale. We'll talk pop culture. We talked about The Acolyte. We talked about The Boys. We'll
Hmm.
talk about new movies coming out, what we expect to see. We talked about AEW, WWE. We'll talk about comedy. We don't touch. We stay away from the politics and all the BS and all, and we just go
Politics
straight
suck.
forward to what people want to hear, the good stuff
Hmm.
and everything, the enjoyable stuff around. And if and we tell people you have a comment, you just email us at the podcast and everything. When we at least 3 to 4 times, we'll tell people this is the website, this is the email. Email us there. We'll take comments. We had some guy complain because he saw something on one of the there was a YouTube video and he complained for something that was up from a topic that was like 6 months ago. And all we're like, seriously? You're
Hmm.
gonna complain now?
Well, the
That's the
thing with
world.
the thing with the video is that no matter how old the stuff is, it's present.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true
So
on it and everything. And we all got started because we've known each other since college. So
yeah.
which is great, good camaraderie and all and everything. And like here, good camaraderie. You talk and you enjoy yourself, and
Mhm.
that's the purest form of entertainment and publicizing and everything with social media, which is good.
Mhm.
It's what I like and appreciate.
No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your time and joining us and talking to us on how how that the contest works, how well you did, what you had to do, the process of it. I mean, I don't think a lot of people know about that. I know for me, I see a lot of like these reality shows. Like I seen some barbecue show, cooking shows. I'm currently watching some Too Hot to Date or some shit, some dating reality show.
I
You know what I'm
can't
saying?
touch those.
And you just you sometimes you're like you see these shows and you're like, how do they pick these people? But it's a like for yours it was a 2 year process, right? So
Yeah.
like imagine some of these other shows how much of a process it is. So it's like it's not easy to get on these shows,
No.
especially since they're giving up all this money anyway,
And I agree. And one other thing also, I'll pop on it. Like I said, I went to Atlanta.
Hmm.
We had a family friend. He has a business. He does a trivia show on the island. He like for Wednesday night trivia at a bar. His business partner got picked for next chef and everything under social media home chefs round, and he had to go to Ireland.
Mm.
So people, I always thought that Next Level Chef was. I'm like, what part of Vegas are they in? No, they were in Ireland. He'll film Master Chef in California and everything. Fox has him filmed there, but Ramsey filmed there, and they also filmed Beat Shazam there. Now, and the floor. A couple of people that were on my show were supposed to go there, but they couldn't get their visas in time. Like, wait a minute. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We got the alternative. We're gonna send you to Atlanta to We Are Family, which was great and everything. And we got to meet, and they got to meet some really nice people and all. So,
All right. Well,
yeah.
it was a pleasure talking to you, bro.
My man, the boom, let the boom keep going, bro. I'll tell you, keep it going,
uh,
keep it up.
all right, bro. Check you out.
Check it.